She's just very calm.
Give her 10 milligrams morphine IM and start on 400 milligrams Cipro IV. I want her vaccinated for rabies. Ann, can you squeeze my fingers? Good, very good, Ann.
My husband, does he know?
We'll check on that for you, okay?
You just hang in there. We're going to take care of you.
Anne's husband, James Poindexter, arrives at the hospital. He has no idea what condition she's in.
I'm looking for my wife. She was attacked by a mountain lion.
I'll let them know you're here. I can't let you go back.
In my mind was racing all these things, all these possibilities, you know, that she might not be alive.
We need to clear her C-spine. Let's get X-ray in here.
Okay.
As you go from head to toe, you go, oh my God, what are we going to do here? Because really we had some tremendous injuries.
Paging doctor's statement.
It's bad, isn't it?
Your injuries are quite serious. Janice, page otolaryngology.
I have seldom seen these kind of mutilating injuries with someone who survives.
Hey, stop!
Dr. Armand Dorian's young patient is in agonizing pain. 5-year-old Eva Ruiz fell down an embankment and into a cactus patch.
Basically, the textbook would say, treat the patient for pain and remove the thorn. There's, probably 1,000 thorns on her.
Looks like these larger thorns are barbed.
The problem was there were so many different kinds.
We're gonna need a plastic surgery tray.
Okay, I'll get there for you.
Surgery? Are you saying that she needs surgery?
No. It's just a better set of instruments for what we're facing here, okay?
The plastic surgery tray, which includes multiple different types of tweezers, hemostats, clamps, all of which would be necessary to be able to remove this adequately.
I'm gonna start with the largest thorns, because I think those are the ones causing the most pain. And then we'll work our way down, okay?
Here's your logo.
Thanks. I'm gonna need your guys' help at distracting her.
Eva, look over here. Come here, look over here, look at mommy. Yeah, there you go.
Small poke, okay? You feel a little numbing medicine.
Just a little while longer, okay?
We're able to numb it at the entry and exit site. We're able to actually pull out this large thorn. And luckily, she hadn't hit any significant arteries, no nerves.
This is gonna hurt just for 1 second, okay?
You're doing real well, Eva.
Yeah.
There's at least 5 or 6 of these middle-sized thorns. Each time I'm telling the poor child that, this is gonna hurt a little bit, but we're almost there, we're almost done.
Stop! It hurts!
With her screaming in pain, we were able to still anesthetize each one and actually extricate all of these thorns. So she tolerated that pretty well.
That just about does it for the bigger ones.
Eva's arms are clear of the largest cactus thorns, but thousands of tiny spines remain in her back and legs.
Now, the girl at this point has already had it. I didn't know what I was going to be able to do, because just to sit there and pluck each one at a time would take probably the whole day. There was just no way I would be able to locally anesthetize her whole leg.
Mr. and Mrs. Ruiz, can I talk to you guys outside for a moment?
All right, honey. We're gonna be right outside, okay? We'll be right back, okay, princess?
Mr. and Mrs. Ruiz, judging from the number of spines and the amount of pain she's in, I'd really like to put her under some general anesthesia, just for an hour or so.
I just call a bunch of residents, we come down, we grab our tweezers and pluck. We start plucking away as fast as we can. I'm sure in about an hour and a half, we'll be done.
You mean like put her to sleep?
Yeah, it's very routine, very safe. I just want to give her some medication so we can get more help and get this done real fast. But, we're going to need your consent.
Right at that point, there was a complete U-turn from the parents' perspective.
No general sedation.
If we don't sedate her, she's going to have a lot of pain.
Doctor, we are so grateful for what you are doing, but no.
Now there's a problem.
Doctors John Shaver and Christopher Nolan are looking at some of the most disfiguring injuries they have ever seen.
We're going to get you through this, okay?
And some of the most life-threatening.
I want to rush on those.
Yes, sir.
Debbie Nichols saved Aniela from the deadly grip of a mountain lion, but she knows that the real fight for her friend's life has only just begun.
I could see James, Ann's husband.
God.
I just gave him a big hug, I said, she's gonna make it, James. She's strong.
These are deep, way too deep. We're going to need to do exploratory surgery.
It's obvious that Ann needs to go to the operating room immediately.
It's my husband. Does he know?
Janice, go get her husband, fast as you can. Thanks.
The wounds were very extensive and serious, and perhaps even life-threatening.
Jeez, man. It's like someone went at her with a machete.
Well, it's impossible to tell from these if anything's transected.
So there was a great push to get her to the operating room to try to explore these wounds and settle these issues.
This is Ann's husband, James, and her friend, Debbie.
James.
He was just absolutely terrified that this had even occurred. For your wife to have been injured by a mountain lion is just beyond, I think, what any of us could understand.
We need to get your wife to surgery right away.
I was overwhelmed by the shock of the situation. I was very emotional. I started to cry.
Hey, you.
That was really the first time that I'd seen Ann since she left in the helicopter. And just thinking, God, I'm so glad you're alive.
Some of her wounds are superficial, but we're concerned that others may have caused more damage.
I saw certain wounds on her that were bubbling and gurgling. I kind of got a little woozy, lightheaded.
Let's get him on that gurney.
What's happening?
It was just more than anyone should have to, of course, go through, and it was just, I think, more than he could stand.
It's gonna be okay. OR's ready, Dr. Wolgamoss scrubbing in.
James, we need to get Dan to the OR now.
Do we have time for a quick prayer?
Sure.
So we took a moment and held hands, said a prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, please give us the courage to rise above these challenges. Please watch over Anne and bless her at this difficult time.
Amen. It's time.
She has remarkable personal and spiritual strengths. I was very touched. It gave me some strength to make me want to do the best I could.
Honey, be strong.
Yeah, I love you.
What we're going to do is just a few simple tests to rule out a variety of different things. What I want you to do is...
Mrs. Sally Cordan came into the ER feeling weak and dizzy.
Here, look up, look down.
Now she has 2-year resident Dr. Greg Miller feeling the same way.
Up, look down.
Do you know how silly that looks?
Well, it's a standard neurological test. It can help us rule out anything bad like a stroke.
What I was really worried about was something called a TIA, or transient ischemic attack. It's a mini stroke that can be a sign of a future stroke.
Look up, look down.
Are you happy?
I am. Thank you very much. The next thing I need you to do is just stick your tongue straight out.
So we're trying to give her the best of care possible. Like, she acts like she owns the whole ER, and she acts like she definitely owns me.
Okay, you can put it back in now. All right. Let me have you hold your arm straight out in front of you.
So I did a really thorough neurological exam. I checked out all her cranial nerves. Like, I checked all her reflexes. I made sure that her strength was okay. I made sure that the sensation in her skin was okay, that she wasn't numb anywhere.
Okay, good. You can open your eyes and let me have you squeeze my hand.
And I had her walk to make sure that she wasn't having any problems in her cerebellum, where your gait is affected or your balance is affected.
Come on back, please.
No, this is nonsense.
And everything was totally normal. Her neurological exam is completely 100% normal.
Miss Cordan, you appear to be in really good health. I don't think there's really anything here physically ailing you.
Are you saying that it's all in my head?
Well...
if I was having a heart attack right in front of you, would you say, oh, it's in your head?
No. Of course not. That's not what I'm trying to imply here.
Well, I hope you know that Sam Richmond and I are lifelong family friends.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know what's wrong with me. Stop these silly finger tests and do something like an EKG or a CAT scan or some kind of test that'll find out why I'm feeling so lousy.
She obviously wants the red carpet rolled out for her.
Oh, Sam Richmond is going to be shocked when he finds out what you're doing to me. Why don't you go find your boss and tell him that?
Okay.
So again, with all this name dropping, like, she acts like I'm definitely supposed to be intimidated by these people that she knows.
I'll be back in a few minutes, Miss Corden. Okay?
Cordan.
The hospital where I'm at is a private hospital, and the attendings at this hospital are always putting a lot of pressure on the residents to find that perfect balance.